And
for a full minute each.
For a full minute each.
And that
just that back and forth and back. You can vary the speed.
The word I was looking for. I'm like, that's speed.
Yeah. And then after you do it for a minute, just check in and say, do I feel different? Do I feel more relaxed? And then do it again.
Okay. Well, that's good. And then aren't there some on the head?
You can do some on the head. You can tap on the top of your head.
Is there any specific place?
Just what I call the crown, or just right there at the top.
And how many fingers?
You can use 2. You can use 3.
And
you can use 4.
How's the speed for that?
Just like a quick 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can tap. Breathe in. Hey, this is New York. We're tapping. You can move to. These are beautiful.
Yeah.
Our little dogs on the street. Look and see how they're tapping. They're kind of tapping along, right? You hear their toenails tapping.
Cute.
You can tap between the eyebrows. Same thing. Lightly tapping. Breathing in, breathing out. Go to the temple.
Now, should you do one at a time or both?
So I do one at a time. And then a great one to release stress is to go to the chest. This I do with 2 hands.
Yeah.
You can do this while you're watching TV and you're feeling a particular emotion. Just alternate, and it's amazing.
I tend to get a lot of tightness here.
This is where people hold it, and it just loosens it up. It just opens up that area. Yeah, that's a great one. And then there's one more I recommend, which is a breathing and a tension reliever.
Okay.
And that's simply breathing in and squeezing each finger. As you exhale, you release. Again, go to each finger, squeeze, release, and then go to the next one and the next one. And no one has to know that you're doing these.
I love these.
Isn't this great? You can have it down below your desk. We're at a conference, meeting. You can have it on your lap. The tapping can be done in your car when you're waiting to pick up your kids, sitting on a park bench.
So Karol, I'd love to get back to your wonderful book, Worried Sick. What are some of the symptoms aside from, we talked about the tension in your body that you see with worry?
Certainly, there's the physical tension, and then there's what I call the psychological tension, which is that your mood starts to change.
Yeah.
You might feel irritable,
I've had that.
tearful, right? It's like all of a sudden you feel blue, you're not sure why.
Yeah.
You might be a little snappish, you might be overreacting.
I don't know if I should show this to my husband or not. He'll be like, check, 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 check.
And I do actually, I have a checklist in there that you can go through on the body and the psychological. So you can start to look at the things. Depression sometimes can occur, anxiety can occur. These are all your mind's indicators that you're on overload. You want to pay attention. And then behavior changes. If you find yourself over or under eating, spending a little bit too much money, drinking a little bit too much, anything that is taking you outside the normal way you operate, these are signs that something's off balance and you want to pay attention.
Now, speaking of off balance, some worry is natural and normal.
Of course.
What are some signs that they've crossed over into that chronic worry category?
When it affects their day-to-day functioning, when they can't focus on their job, when they can't focus on their family, when they find themselves unable to complete tasks and projects that they want to do, that's when it crosses over. You bring up a good point that I want to focus on.
Sure.
Worry is not something that we are condemning. It's not something that we're trying to get rid of. It's actually a sign that we need to pay attention. Let's say you're going to buy a house and you start to worry.
Yes, that's true.
Right? You want to know, why am I worrying? Well, maybe I didn't review those mortgage papers more in a thorough way. So you want to pay attention to that. So worry's not something we want to get rid of. We just don't want it to interfere with our lives when it starts to dominate us. That's what this book is about, self-care and how to reduce worry.
Such a wonderful book. And throughout the book, you go back to the 3 C's. Can you tell us what those are?
Those are 3 easy ways for you to focus and reduce your worry. The first one is calmness. And yes, it can be the breathing. It can also be through physical movement. And that can be walking your dog, going to the gym, pushing the baby in a stroller, whatever it is, so that you feel, after you've done that activity, you feel relaxed, you feel energized, you can focus on what's worrying you and get to some solutions. The next one is clarity. Again, the tapping helps with clarity, and it helps you figure out the kind of game plan you want to get to. You're going to figure out what's the best time of day for you to figure out solutions. Maybe it's the morning, maybe it's at night. You can use all of the exercises in the book to help you with that. And the third one is community.
That's nice.
You know, tapping into your friends, tapping into your online community, listening to your show, getting information. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is about realizing that when we're worried and stressed, we don't want to do it on our own. We need to ask people to help us. And in the book, you're going to find some good ways to figure out who's in your corner and who's the best resource for you.
Yeah, you know, you start the book with a story about your mother, of how you've been taking care of her, and that really got you, speaking of tapping into your own worry and how you handle that. What techniques have you found personally to be most effective, and how's your mother doing?
Oh, thank you. My mother's doing fine. She's still, you know, my mother had Alzheimer's and a vascular dementia diagnosis, and it was a big shock, and she's stabilized. And I go to visit her, and we chat, and we go out, and we do things together. But the thing that I found the most helpful is definitely sleeping and going to the gym or working out or walking my dog. Movement for me seemed to be the best one, but other people are going to find different things.
Yes. Well, Karol, this is so wonderful. Again, Worry Sick, Break Free from Chronic Worry to Achieve Physical and Mental Health. Or Mental and Physical Health by Karol Ward. Hugs are good too.
Oh,
Hugs are always good.
Hugs always reduce worry, right?
Yeah, again. And if you want to hear more from Karol, you can go to itsyourhealthradio.org and go to Audio Archive. There's a great interview with Karol. And Karol, actually give us your site, of course.
Certainly. It's www.karolward, KarolWard.com. And you can get this bright yellow book that talks about worry on Amazon.com.
All right, thank you so much
You're
again.
very welcome.
Another hug.
Another hug. Yay.
You're a good hugger. I'm going to take her home. Honey, this is Karol. She's come to live with us.
That's right.